On Wednesday, President Obama met with the family of Saeed Abedini, the American pastor imprisoned in Iran. The president assured them that getting Abedini out of prison is a top priority.
Pastor Abedini's wife had spent 3 days praying and fasting before the talk with President Obama, and she called the meeting a miracle. Here's reporter Caitlin Burke with that story.
The conversation only lasted 10 minutes, but Naghmeh Abedini says it was an answer to prayer.
I told him I had not eaten food for almost 4 days and that I prayed and prayed for a meeting with him, petitioned God, and this meeting was a result of that, and he smiled and he nodded.
Pastor Abedini is a U.S. citizen imprisoned in Iran since September 2012 on charges related to his Christian faith. President Obama told Naghmeh that bringing her husband home was a top priority. Pastor Saeed's 2 children came with Naghmeh to the meeting with the president. Their son Jacob had a question of his own.
My son asked him if he could get him home by his birthday, and he said, "Jacob, when is your birthday?" And Jacob said March 17. He said, "It's going to be very hard. I will try, Jacob. I will try."
Jacob was 4 years old when his father was first taken as a prisoner. This year, he'll be 7. Abedini was given an 8-year sentence for what was termed undermining state security, accused of building a church network in private homes. He's often endured serious health problems while in the harsh prison conditions.
He's not gotten the full medical care that he needs. That's still a real issue that hangs out there. At the same time, we'd much rather have Saeed home to deal with those medical issues than prolong his imprisonment in Iran.
The American Center for Law and Justice has been working to see Pastor Abedini set free. More than 100,000 people signed their letter urging President Obama to meet with the Abedini family. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.
In other news, the Prime Minister of Israel will speak to Congress next month about the nuclear threat from Iran. Ephraim Graham has that story from the CBN newsroom. Ephraim?
Gordon, House Speaker John Boehner invited Benjamin Netanyahu to address a joint session of Congress next month. Boehner made the offer to Netanyahu without checking with the White House first, which is usually done but is not required. Boehner says Netanyahu is quite capable of addressing the threat from Iran. He says President Obama expects Congress to do nothing while he cuts a bad deal with Iran, and that will not happen. Both Republicans and Democrats have been skeptical of the White House's approach to negotiating with Iran. New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez, the top Democrat on the Foreign Relations Committee, said, "The more I hear from the administration and its quotes, the more it sounds like talking points that come straight out of Tehran." House Republicans have dropped a bill that would have banned abortions after 20 weeks. The move comes after objections from GOP women and other lawmakers left them short of votes. The bill was based in part on the idea that unborn babies can feel pain after 20 weeks. Some Republicans, including GOP women, had questions about parts of the bill. The decision to drop the measure came on the eve of the annual March for Life that's taking place today in Washington. The Supreme Court determined abortion is a constitutional right in the Roe v. Wade case 42 years ago today. Gospel music legend Andraé Crouch was laid to rest Wednesday in California, where he died 2 weeks ago at the age of 72. The service at the West Angeles Church of God opened with the choir singing "Bless His Holy Name." It's one of the many gospel classics Crouch wrote and performed in his career. He earned multiple Grammy Awards during his 50 years in music. Bishop Roderick Caesar, who leads churches in New York, predicted a century from now, Christians will still be singing the songs of Andraé Crouch.